Are you ready for one of the craziest cheating stories ever heard for fishing? That's what we're going to talk about right now. If you're new to the channel, my name is Steve Chapman. I'm Get Your Fish On. I do a daily vlog covering all sorts of bass fishing news, all sorts of fishing news. So if you like this kind of content, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. Welcome to the team. Now this happened when an English fishing tournament and an angler named Matthew Clark was recognized as the winner of the 2012 Ballpark Bass Club winner with a 1313 sea bass. Not a black bass, but a sea bass. Now the story goes is that Matthew beat second place by over 3 pounds, and the second place angler's name was Shane Bentley. But here's where the story gets really interesting. As Clark was posing for pictures, the second place finisher, Bentley, realized that he had seen the exact fish the winner was posing with. Where? Well, he saw it when he visited the St. Peter Park aquarium. And I quote, "It stood out because it had a very distinct markings on its head," Bentley said. "When the fish was lifted out of the tank, I thought, that's the fish from the aquarium." The next morning, Bentley went back to the aquarium and couldn't find the fish. He asked a woman and she couldn't find it either, and then asked the owner and he couldn't find it. Now Bentley went back and talked to the tournament officials and they laughed at him. He said, "Never, this could never have happened." And Clark had said many times he maintained that he was innocent and that he caught the bass off some rocks. And as it would be revealed later, but Clark, the winner at that time, scaled a cliff and climbed a rope ladder to break into the aquarium. Should mention he had previously worked there. He owed the owner 1,500 quid. Clark told the police that he was planning on returning it after the tournament, but dropped and injured the fish during his getaway. And the fish was then sold and cut up to a fishmonger. The crazy part about this is that Clark received 100 hours of community service, which is really kind of getting off really easy in my opinion. And even though he owed the owner of the aquarium $1,500, first place was only $800. And there was one person that was quoted saying he did it because he was massively arrogant and competitive. And that was said by one of the tournament officials. Now Clark was going through a bunch of issues at the time, but it still doesn't mean you scale a wall, climb down a rope, and steal a 1313 sea bass. And then claim that you caught it off the rocks. And while he did get caught and got a little penalty and got probably his reputation tarnished quite a bit, in the grand scheme of things, 100 hours, and he ended up having to pay the owner $1,500, I don't think the punishment was stiff enough. But this is just one of many tournament cheater stories that I have looked up recently. And the first one really dumbfounded me from the 1980s, but this one really has me going crazy. Because I think this is just, I'll be honest, I think it's funny. I think it's funny someone scaling a wall, climbing down ropes to get a fish in a tank. And luckily he was caught and had to do his time. But what do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thank you to all the new members, all the new subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, you should be. All you gotta do is hit the button and you're part of the team. And I also need to make sure I say thank you to all the people who are interactive on this channel. I really do appreciate it. This community is phenomenal, so thank you. But again, if you're not a subscriber, click that button. Welcome to the team. So comment below and tell me what you think. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.